Right now, you're listening to all your music on shuffle mode with the Spotify free experience. Explore how to tune into your favorite playlists and albums in any order and without hearing ad breaks with Spotify Premium.
In the open, dried out tears of sorrow, lacking all emotion, staring down the barrel, waiting for the final gates to open to a new tomorrow. Moving with the motion, following the light that sets me
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are we doing tonight? So yeah, I decided to switch back the camera angle to this part over here. So what are we gonna be making tonight? Well, actually tonight we are gonna be going back to the Hidden Leaf Village. Let me just reduce down the volume of the music, it's a bit too loud. So yeah, we're gonna be making Minato's Kunai from Naruto. So for me, I mean Naruto was like my first exposure, not like first, more like second exposure to anime. And let me just tell you guys one thing. I've been a Naruto fan since my early teenage. And if we talk about Boruto, you know what? Forget about it. Let's just continue with the render today. So let me just shift my screens over here. And we got Blender opened up. So I'll delete everything. I already have the 3D model, so I'll just import it. Let me just check one thing. It's an FBX. Import FBX. Here it is. What is this connected to? Nothing? Alrighty then, let's just connect it. I'll add in an empty. And what I'm gonna be doing now is selecting everything, Control P, and we got that done. Sorry about that. I'll put this over here, and this is gonna be our viewport where we are gonna be seeing all of the textures and everything. So come on, how do I hide you? Yep, there it is. And let me just split this one again, because this is gonna be our shader editor, and we'll switch to Octane, new, and path tracing. Okay, we'll go to world. I'll delete all of this, and I'll go to, what was that called, environment texture. So let me just plug it in. RGB image, and in my downloads I'll go to EXR and plug this HDRI in. Okay, let's start with this piece over here. Okay, now I'll be adding in metallic material. To be expected, shade smooth, and this one actually needs to be, I'll add in a dirt texture. I'll increase the strength, add in the details, bump up the tolerance, just a bit on the distribution. Yeah, this looks good now. Let's try adding weighted normals. Yep, that helped out a lot. And just for the sake of it, let's add over here as well. Let's make a project file. Let's save it. And now I'm going to be adding in a gradient map. So I'll just put it like this. Plug it into the specular color. And for like the roughness over here, what I'm actually gonna be doing is I'll go to bridge, because we need some imperfections on this, like scratches and fingerprints. So let's just quickly add that. Imperfections. This looks good. Scratch paint metal, we could use that, but let's explore other options as well. Okay, heavily scratched metal. I like this one. Okay, we got that. So go to file and we got it over here. So yeet. Hold up. This is why it was looking weird. Okay, we got that done. And let's just readjust this model a bit. Subdivide. Just like that. Okay, now this is looking pretty well. Pretty well. Let's make it a bit sharper. Okay, it's smooth. Let's dissolve this vertice. Let me just do one thing. Okay. I mean, doesn't look bad to me now. Now let's just readjust the texture. Okay, now let's make the edges sharper. Okay, now it's time to make our secondary texture, which is gonna be the sharp part or the silver part. So let's just quickly do that. Kunai, and let's just duplicate it. Let's assign this to this one. Okay, we are getting there slowly. Okay, let me just go to the top view now. Okay, we might have a little bit of an error over here. Whoa! The hell, bro? You just scared the living death out of me. Hello.
How are you, bro?
Pretty well, pretty well, pretty well.
Having some trouble with the model?
Nah, not that much.
Yeah, skill issue.
Wait, what? What do you say?
I mean, that was a pretty basic model, and you're struggling with this model.
Ah,
Wait, can I help?
no.
Okay.
Let me do it. I wanna learn.
Yeah. Learn how it feels. The despair.
Wait, what? What did you say?
Again, after these kind of errors, with this simple shape, you should learn the basics of modeling at least.
Maybe one day.
I mean, you can make the shapes, but your basics are like off. Not just a little.
By a long margin.
Yeah. I mean, I know you're animator, not the modeler, but still, at least you should like learn the basics.
So ladies and gentlemen, This is the time where my roasting session starts.
I mean, this is where I come in.
Yep.
Only 9.99.
Only time 99. Ayo. What does that supposed to mean?
I mean, the training session
Oh.
for the basics of modeling. I'm just kidding.
So, what you're saying? You're a kid?
No. I mean,
Or are you a
it's
man?
hard. Kid inside, man outside.
Okay, so let's make this texture now. So I think I might already have the texture with this model. Yep, I do. Hey, if I put it into bump. You know what I could do? I could just plug it into a texture displacement, make it 4K, and boop. And now we could just add in our own wood texture. And for that, what we are going to be doing is adding in the wood grain texture. Okay, now what we are going to be doing is making it into a Gaussian blur, and I'm going to be putting black paint inside of this place. So mix material, or like mix texture, that might work for this one. And you know what, instead of adding an invert, I'll just put this over here and glossy material and plug this into the first one. Don't tell me I can't do that. So baking texture it is done. Yep, now it's working.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in us. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up. Tonight we gonna light it up, babe. Tonight we gonna light it up. Just like the sunrise, we gonna light it up.
Okay, let's just add this and remove the glossy one. So yeah, I think we are done with the kunai over here. And now what we are going to be doing is making the environment. So I want it to be like a jungle scene where the kunai is just flying and a lot of thunder is around it. So let's quickly make it.
Just like a spark that's breaking out.
So now I'm gonna be adding in the camera.
We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now.
Now let's change the resolution 1080 by 1920 and change the lens to 108.
The sunrise, you know that we gonna light it up. Tonight, we gonna light it up, babe. Tonight, we gonna light it up. Just like the sunrise, we gonna
Okay, let's save it. And if we take our camera and I'll come back to my world and put the power to 0, save it. And there was one project file that I actually had which had a geonode setup of thunder, so let me just get that, not link, append.
like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one, only one.
Where is ye?
I was an ordinary boy.
I think maybe it's in my downloads.
Destroyed, destroyed.
Yep,
Until I woke awake, scream
no tree.
and I shout, the ground shakes. How much can I take? My mind will break. Will it break?
Now I'll just add a cube,
Can I take?
geonodes.
Can I be your superhero?
You know what, I think I might have to do it another way. So let me just open that file. And since that's under an NDA, I cannot show you guys, but I really want to use that effect. So I'll just copy the thunder. And we are back.
Fly away. It's the first time of today. Today. To dream, believe. You are the strength, you're all I need. Oh, gonna give it a shot. Only one of me to shield you all from the enemy. You're a superhero. You're a superhero.
Okay, what just happened? Did we not get the texture? Yep, to be expected.
have the power to set the tone from start to stop with Spotify Premium. Listen to all your favorite playlists and albums in any order. and
Okay,
download any
so
tracks
I'm gonna be adding in emission now.
no ad breaks.
Texture
End
emission.
uninterrupted music listening. Tap the banner to learn more.
And for like the world, I'll put the power to 0. Okay, now we'll go back into our geo node. Okay, this looks reasonable. So let's just readjust the curve a bit. Okay, this looks pretty decent now. And I'll put this to 3D cursor.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head because there are so many things that I left unsaid.
Okay, so we got that done. Now I'm gonna be lighting it up. I'll add in an area light. And I'll make this a bit blue. Now I'll duplicate it.
Jazz around like an ocean in my head.
Okay, this looks pretty good now.
I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that
Hey man, how are you? Great work. Hey, thanks brother, really appreciate it.
if you are echoing your desires out the dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams.
Okay, so now let's go back to our camera. Hey, thank you very much, brother. Really appreciate it. I'll reduce the bloom a bit, somewhat around over there. And now we basically need a backplate. And for that, what I actually like to do is use an AI, and it's called drumroll Copilot. So yeah, let me show you guys how I generate my backplates. So what you actually need to do is go to Copilot, and over here we'll just come over here, and now we specifically need to tell Copilot to do one thing, which is gonna be generate a night moody wood shot in the, I don't know why my spelling is off today, but it is jungle with the moon shining, top down shot. Well, bro, I wouldn't say I'm smart. Let's just say I know my ways around. I just know my ways around. Hmm.
Hey, are you using an AI? That's a cardinal sin, man.
For you, yeah. For me, nah.
Mhm.
Hey, hello.
Hey, hello.
How is everything going? Sorry, I'm a bit late.
Pretty good. No worries, no worries.
So, let me just check my phone.
Now I'm
How
just
are you,
generating.
Sarabhi? Huh? Okay.
Now I'm just generating the background.
Mhm. We are making anime related things.
Yep,
Yeah.
this is what we're making. Naruto's father's kunai. Minato's kunai. So I just need a good backplate for
So,
it.
so Hassan bhai, are people liking this or
I mean,
something?
this was a recent request, bro. This was a recent request. So yeah, I think people are liking it.
Uh,
Hmm.
mm-hmm. Okay, I'm reading some comments on YouTube. Who is this guy? Sign phenomenon.
Okay. Middle of the forest with long trees. Fawad, you really just had to type bunga bunga. And for those who are watching, what we basically mean by unga bunga is that we're like cavemen.
You disrespecting me indirectly. That's
Are
not
you a
how it's
caveman?
done.
Okay, I think I might have found the sort of background that I might need. So let's go back into Blender and we are gonna be adding in a plane and RX90 GY rotation Z somewhat around over there. I'll just scale it way up and GZZ GZ rotation Z, and now I'll add in a new material, reduce this, put the roughness to 100% and emission switcher. I don't know why I added that. Texture and RGB image. Now in our downloads, here it is, surface brightness, and I'll put it to 10, 5. Okay, so this might look a bit disconnected right now, but how could we actually connect it? So the number one thing is, if we come over here to our camera and in our depth of field, we could easily extend it and turn off the autofocus. If we go to our limit over here, okay, we're directly focusing on the kunai. That's great. So somewhat like this.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you,
Okay, let's go back over here. And now we're going to be adding in a volume. So let me just import my clouds. Download. Blender assets. And clouds, volumes. Something like this. GZ, add in a new material, make them white.
Wait.
Point one. A bit thick would be nice.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Okay, now let's work with the other stuff over here. So I'll just add in a bit of chromatic aberration, because obviously there's electricity, so there's gonna be chromatic aberration. A bit of lens flare. And I've never used these features before, so let's just try them out. I mean, it did do something. Anyways. Now we just need to tinker around with the camera. Hey, thanks, brother. And Tala left. I was about to get his review on this. Anyways, what do you think, Fawad?
Now, why we are getting somewhere. I like the electric shocks.
Yep.
I'm getting
You haven't. Have you watched Naruto? Nope.
Unga bunga.
Okay, you haven't watched it. No worries, no worries. Okay, this looks better now. I'm just trying to fix this curvature over here of the lightning. And let's just save it. You know what? The old Thunder was looking pretty good.
Yeah.
This one. So I think we could tinker with this all night, but I think we've gotten the best result that we could in this time frame. So let me just do one small thing. Let me just readjust the camera a bit, somewhat like this. Yep. And now let me just put on the denoise, save it, and go to my compositor. And denoise beauty, turn it off, and boom, let's render it out. Mm. I mean, with the sort of model that we had, I think we probably made a pretty good render. But hey, I mean, if you're a Naruto fan, you guys are the real judges over here.
Neon lights, the playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight.
Hey, thanks, man.
Run off, I am and I'll tell myself
Until we're rendering this out, why don't we find the logo that we need?
just to find somewhere that finally feels like home.
Naruto Cupidon logo.
Overthinking,
Now, images.
I'm sinking.
Mm.
Silver, no more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started.
So which one should we take, chat? Should we take the English version or the Japanese version? Which one?
Which one?
Pawad? What do you say? Which one?
Yeah, English.
English or
would
Japanese?
one. I suggest if people want to understand, then English is the one. Or
I get your
for
point.
anime lovers, I guess Korean or Japanese will also work. Japanese, sorry.
Well, then let's get Japanese because this is a tribute for like the Japanese one,
Yeah.
not the Japanese one. I mean, this is like a tribute for anime lovers around the world.
They
Okay.
will get the point after watching the sword. Just the sword.
We might have to re-render it. I forgot to denoise the volumes. Wah wah.
Mhm.
I mean, that's what happens when you use Octane. Mm-mm-mm. Is that a glitch or like what is that? Nah, we'll try to fix it in post.
The volumetric maybe the reason.
Do you see this triangle? I'm talking about this. I don't know what happened over here,
Oh,
but we'll try to fix it. Okay, let's save it. Oh, one. And let's open up Photoshop.
Take me in small, breathe me in and let me go. Filling the lungs inside you, and the blackened eyes.
Let's convert it into a smart object before we do anything. Control Shift A.
What you knew, restless every time we
texture, dehaze it out a bit, add in the vibrance, and in the details, reduce the color noise, add back in the sharpness, effects, add a tiny bit of green. Or do you do a whole project in an hour? Sometimes yeah, sometimes nah. So we got that one done, and I actually have like a couple of LUTs already over here in Photoshop, so let's just try which LUT looks good on this one. Ooh, okay, this one gives me the vibes. But the only thing that hello?
Aye.
But the only thing I would change over here is just by adding a curve and just bumping it up a bit. And you know what? This triangle isn't even bothering me. Guys, what do you think? Is this triangle visible? Like, is it eye-catching? Like, is it taking the focus out of the kunai or what?
I was just gonna say it looks a bit cool to me, like an arrow passing by there.
I get what you're saying, Fawad, but I'm more so talking about this part. And the chat over there is saying, yeah, this is distracting. So let's just try to fix it. So I'll just come in over here. Now either this is gonna fix it or make it even worse in the final render. Barely noticeable because we'll get our logo over here. So let's just, yep. Let's get our logo. And let's just put it in. A bit bigger. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are done with today's render. So yeah, I mean, this was a pretty short stream on like the sort of streams that I did like a couple of days ago. But yet again, it's not about like how much hours you put in, it's more so about what sort of result that you're trying to achieve. And I think we did achieve the results that we were looking for. So yeah, I mean, since we're done with this render, what do you guys suggest? What sort of anime render should we do next? I mean, Tala did suggest me to do like a Full Metal Alchemist one. I also have like the Attack on Titan syringe. That's also in my mind. We could also do that. What do you guys say? Which one should we do? Okay. AOT?
AOT.
Gotcha. Attack on Titan it is then for the next stream. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, you know where to find me. Tomorrow we're gonna be over here again. Same place, same time, but with a new render. But until then, God bless all and your families. See you around guys. Bye.
Peace out.